All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take much of your time. Please put your hands together as I invite. This man has been training, this gentleman has been training for the past 1 month since Mandamano time. And he has been going around the country courageously, bravely, putting the government into accountability, and even appearing on interviews, and even putting members of parliament on the spot about the projects that the government has launched. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of questions to ask him, but of course it's amazing to have him on the show. We need to know, apart from him being on top of a Land Cruiser for a living, is there anything else this gentleman actually does? Let's appreciate the one and only Morara Senior, ladies and gentlemen. Morara Senior, sir.
Yes.
How are you?
Very well.
The question has been, first of all, are you a lawyer?
Yes.
You're a lawyer?
Yes. I went to Kenyatta University School of Law.
Kenyatta University School of Law?
Yes. Yes.
Which year, what?
I joined in 2014.
2014?
Yes.
So now you're now proceeding to become an advocate?
I cleared high school. No, I'm not interested in being an advocate.
Why? This is the first time I'm hearing this.
I think life has already moved faster. I already have more important things that I'm doing. Advocates want to be like me, but I don't want to be like them.
Wow.
So if I go to Kenya School of Law to want to be an advocate, I'll be walking backwards, not forward.
Wow. Have they tried talking to you, probably trying to get your brains and your expertise in some things at the Law Society of Kenya? Have they gotten attention of you?
The Law Society of Kenya has enough brilliant lawyers. I believe I know the law very well myself, but it's just that I'm not interested in practicing the law, more especially in the courts. I can practice the law as I'm doing it now, through civic education, breaking down information for people. Because you see, when you are a lawyer, it basically means you are a person with the legal knowledge.
True.
That is just it. But when you are an advocate, it means you are allowed to appear before court and defend a client.
Yes.
But I don't think that is something I'm very focused on right now. Right now, I'm just focused on civic education and opening up good governance.
There's something you say very profound that has been trending over the internet. Yeah. And you say that when the white man came, he translated the Bible in every dialect.
Yes.
But the Constitution of Kenya until today has not been translated into another dialect apart from Swahili.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that, bro? That really got me. That got me a nice one.
It is all about the weaponization of religion to keep population stupid. They use religion as a way of keeping people subservient to their own interests, and so that they keep looting from the people. It's a way of telling people that, you see, we are chosen by God, we cannot be questioned. But now the questions that we need to ask is that the same God that they purport put them in office is the same God who gave us natural resources. Where our natural resources being mined and taken to foreign countries to build foreign countries without any benefit to the people of Kenya. The same God says that he is our Father, that if we ask something from him, he will give. Knock and the door shall be opened. Seek and you will find. Consider the birds of the air. They neither reap nor sow, but I, the Lord your God, provide for them. What more can I do for you, my children? Who among you shall ask his father for bread?
I like the
and
Pastor Bishop Morara Senior, here you sir.
And who shall ask for bread and be given a stone, or ask for fish and be given a scorpion? So our God is good, and God did not put us on earth to be poor. In fact, the first blessing that God gave us is that we should flourish on this earth and multiply. Multiply means that there is enough for everyone. God put enough gold, enough diamond, enough uranium, enough oil. He put all these resources so that we shall not be sick and not be able to be treated, so that we shall have good roads, so that we shall have good education, so that our children will eat whatever they want to eat, will afford the basic necessities of life.
An overflow of providence.
Yes, God has blessed each and every one of us. That is why hata jua ikiwaka, inawaka kwa mchawi, inawaka kwa mwizi, na bado inawaka tu kwa mtu mwenye anamwamini Mungu. The never-ending grace of God.
So let me ask you, do you feel like our leaders hide behind God?
Yes, our leaders hide behind God as a way of making us subservient to their interests where they are stealing from us. And they've misused the church to the extent that now the church is being used to launder corruption proceeds. You find a church owns a beach plot in Diani worth 300 million.
A church?
You find a church owns a helicopter.
See, the pastor must evangelism.
Evangelism. Churches that own private jets on behalf of politicians. There are churches that own malls. There are churches that own very big apartments in very big estates here in Nairobi and even in Mombasa and Elgon View, and these are churches. Well, we don't have a problem with the church investing because the church is a very strong investor in our economy.
Yes.
Some of the best schools that we have are actually started by churches and Catholic Church. But now we have let me just say, religious entrepreneurs who use the word of God as a way of, amassing wealth, and then the politicians assist them by stealing money from the public. Because the church is unaudited and because the church does not pay tax, it's very easy to own something through the church as a proxy.
Whoa. As we continue, it's getting deeper, guys. It's getting deeper. The question has been, because and I have been watching the Vampire Diaries, and the one that really caught my eye, and I think I actually got a little bit pissed off, is the one, I don't know, ilikuwa kuna barabara flani. There's a road. I think I'll be looking for.
Just say what you know about the road. I'll tell you which one.
I think you were in the blue counter, the navy blue counter. And it showed the road, the signpost was on this side, the road is barabara iko hapa. The signage was on this side. I'm trying to remember which road it was.
Ikumbi Road in
yes,
yes.
That one. And guys have been asking, is there somebody who is financing Morara? Because, bro, you dress very well. You are always on top of that Land Cruiser. And guys asking, nani anapatia umse? Is this guy being funded?
Okay, before I even started, I myself, I had my own stuff. It's not that I was completely unable to meet my needs.
Yes.
God had already given me wealth at a young age, even before I started.
Nice.
But yes, it's true. I'm funded by the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya send me 10 bob, others 50 bob, others 100 bob. Some send me from abroad, 1,000, 2,000, 1,500. It is true, people have been sending me some money, and that is how I afford to go around the country from county to county. I've gone to 19 counties now. I still have some work to do. It's a very long stretch because...
you've only started?
I've only started. I'm not even halfway through my journey.
How many projects have you done? So have you fact-checked so far?
So many. The first one was Devki Kinanie Road. It begins off Mombasa Road.
Yes.
Goes through Kinanie, Leather Park to Joska. It's supposed to be 25 kilometers.
I actually bought a piece of land around Joska with the promise
that the road will be I'm sorry for laughing at you. Okay.
Now come to think, no, it is, and I'm sure. And
you are not alone.
And since the floods, I'm not even going to check on that chapter because
Dr. Ofwenek, you're not alone. There are
okay, this is
there are very many people that bought land on that promise.
I was like, it was like, Ofwenek, you got it a pita hapa. Yo barabara ni hapa. I'm like, oh, the schools are going to be opened. And then, so I actually bought a piece of land. You
actually bought a piece of land on that promise?
Yes.
I want to get you the correct figures for that road.
Yes.
Now, this is what happened with the road. The road had been allocated 1.7 billion Kenya shillings. 1.7 billion Kenya shillings. Already the contractor has been paid 238 million Kenya shillings. He is certified to be paid 456 million. So there is a balance of around 200 and something million. So amesema afanyi hiyo kazi paka hiyo 200 million.
Na hajaanza.
If you go to the ground, it's hopeless.
I saw the video.
You know, I don't lie. The residents of that area, they themselves, they can tell you. Even the governor of Machakos County lives on that road. If it's dry, it's very dusty, extremely dusty. Unatokanga huko kama unakaa yani.
Makeup.
If you are going for a job interview, you just lose the job. If it's rainy, huwezi pita. Unaweza fikiri ni barabara za huko Ushago. Matope, there is actually a bridge there for a tributary ya River Athi that you can't cross.
What?
When it has rained, you can't even cross it. Utalala tu mahali huko.
So
you will be forced into a sleepover somewhere.
So what you're saying is Morara has only just started.
Then next I went to GOtv University. GOtv University was launched by President William Ruto in 2018.
As a deputy or as the president?
As a deputy president then.
Yes.
It was allocated by the county government of Kajiado 600 million. To date, nothing has started. It's a tombstone, it is grass, and to make it worse. Unajua wezi wawe na adabu. Unajua napenda wezi wa Nairobi kwa sababu hata wakikuibia simu wanakupea line. Hata wakikuibia pesa wanakupea 50 bob, wanasema itakutosha paka kwenu. Wezi wenye wako kwa serikali, they steal everything. Even the gate that was there on the day of the launch is not there. Even the fence. Mtu ameiba hadi fence.
Hapo kwa Kajiado umenigusa.
Wewe ni wa Kajiado.
I left GOtv University. I went to Ngong Sports Complex. It was allocated, I think, 198 million. Already the contract has been paid 50 million.
What?
Nothing. Ni nyasi, hata niliongea na mavijana wenye wanacheza games hapo. They have been trying to clear the bushes, but you cannot use it. That sports complex. Na ni kitambo ili allocatiwa ido. Okay? I left that place, I went to Tuala Sholinke Road. When you leave Masai Lodge, you come through Nazarene.
I know it. Ile ikuje toke
kuna mahali hapo inaitwa Olosirgon.
Yes.
Olosirgon in Masai is the land of zebras. Wachana na Ololo Itigosh. Ololo Itigosh iko huko barabara pipeline road. There is Olosirgon there. The land of zebras. Olosirgon, from Olosirgon to Ngurunga to Sholinke all the way to Kitengela, it was allocated money under what we call the road maintenance levy. So wakati unabuy fuel kwa petrol station, kuna do unakatangwa. Like you pay more for fuel juu kuna kalevi hapo ya ku-maintain barabara. So waliallocatiwa do ya ku-maintain barabara.
Kuna kitu.
You should see it. Adi residents wa hiyo area walini-add kwa WhatsApp group. They've been contributing to try and maintain the road. Sahi wame-contribute 400k. Wanajaribu kununua
What can 400,000 do for road construction?
Very little.
Totally nothing.
Very little.
Let's move a little bit, deviate a little bit away from that. The new cabinet was sworn in the other day after vetting by the parliament, and His Excellency the President now brought in the new cabinet.
Yeah.
Do you have faith? Who do you think is the most useless of them in the list? Without fear. This is just a political awardee and that's it. This one will not deliver anything at all.
We must begin with the former governors. You see, when somebody has held a governance position, we should be able to judge them on their track record, beginning with Wycliffe Oparanya and Ali Hassan Joho. Their record at their respective counties was terrible. If you talk to the people from Kakamega and you talk to the people from... Oparanya did some work.
For Kakamega, because I also want to be very...
He did some work for Kakamega, but with a lot of theft.
The theft part I may not know. But as a constituent of Kakamega...
is actually factual. There's a lot of money that was lost. He did some work.
No, for us, because I'm Kakamega, yes. For Kakamega, we can attest he did some... For us, he did work.
Joho scored 0 in Mombasa. Nothing.
So saying Joho is useless on that list.
People in Mombasa, haki hakuna kitu walifanya huko. And you see, it's not about the individuals. It's about the system. Oparanya himself is a very brilliant guy.
Very smart.
If you look at what Oparanya did when he was in the Kibaki government.
The Ministry of Planning.
Amazing.
Yes.
They are even the ones who came up with Vision 2030.
Yes.
These people are not fools, including Dorcas Odor Senior Counsel, who has now been put in the cabinet, Deborah Mulongo. These are extremely brilliant people. So the question is, what is the problem? The thing is that you are not required to work. You are required to steal. So at this point, your expertise is not needed. It is your ability to steal that counts. How well can you steal? Not just for yourself, but for the boss.
Are you scared for your life, bro?
No, I'm not. I should be, but I'm not. Yeah, common sense.
Dictates that you
common
should be worried.
sense is that I should be worried.
Yes.
But I'm not, because even Jesus, how long did Jesus live? I think
33 years and the 3 years of ministry.
And he did exceptional work. We don't have to live forever, and we don't have to live for too many years. We just need to be impactful for the short time that we live. Not everybody will get to old age. Even you are not even sure whether you get to 70 or 80 or 90. The only thing that lasts forever is eternal life. That's the only thing we should chase. This ingine, the short time or the long time I'll be here, I want to have a maximum impact of positive change in society.
Has anybody from the government tried reaching you out like, hey, Baba, because usually Hussein answered you and told you to stop being a rumamonga.
Yeah, you know, out here they talk very tough, but in private they are very kind.
They're making phone calls.
Yeah, I've talked to a number of them, even the president himself.
Called you?
I talked to the president before he went for Paranya's homecoming.
The president called Morara?
Yeah, the president called me. I cannot lie.
Did you, of course you didn't have his number.
But you see, out of respect, I cannot say what I discussed with the president.
Yes.
But I will say that I'm not interested. Okay, now again, let me say this. Common sense is that if you are a young person and you are called for a government position, you should go by running, not by walking. But I don't believe this government shares my values. Secondly, I don't believe I'll be useful in his government because one, they despise people with education. They despise intelligent people. They don't want ideas. They are focused on theft. And I'm not a good thief. Therefore, I'll not serve the president. To the best of my knowledge and to the best of my ability, I'm not able to serve this president because his appetite for corruption is too high. And I don't want to sink with him. You see, he's on a looting spree.
Wait, nisipoteze kazi bwana. I have a work to protect.
He is accumulating wealth, some of which he does not even need. And I don't want to join him because that's not my future, that's not my destiny, those are not my values.
There were rumors that you were actually part of his campaign team.
Let me just say, I've done a lot of participation in politics.
Yes.
I was a student leader at the university. I was hired by Jubilee presidential campaign team to draw a youth strategy for them, which I did. So I'm not new
into the political arena.
I don't lack political experience. The only thing is, probably I've not been into a government position or into a place where I tap into financing. I've been the back-end strategy guy. Who doesn't talk so much at the front.
And Dika to my email approved is good enough.
Me, I create the strategy, then the politicians do it.
Back it in finance.
Na saa ingine hata tunaoshwa. We are told you will do this work, we'll pay you, but you're not paid. Sometimes we even end up working for free. And hata pesa unapata imetoka. Imagine pesa ya campaign iliibiwa. Pesa ya campaign. People can attest. I was not alone. I was not alone. I was with my friend Mike Kebaso, who now works for the office of the DPP.
I know.
Works for the office of the DPP. I was with the Dr. Boniface Onsongo. I was with Elijah Bogita. I was with Maraga, and many other people. And we drew a strategy for Jubilee presidential campaign team. Yeah? No, Kenya Kwanza presidential campaign team for 2022 for the youth. We mapped out, we explained the challenges, we explained the demographics, we explained the youth attitudes, we did the research, we did the data collection, quantitative and qualitative analysis. We advised them in the boardroom, pale. When Ruto was the deputy president, in that boardroom, we did a presentation hapo. Yeah, the current National Land Commission chair Gershom Otachi was there. He can confirm. The late Ambassador Ken Osinda, unfortunately, has passed on. He would have confirmed. We were there in that boardroom and we showed them this is what they can do. We were ready to execute the strategy. Money was withdrawn from the presidential campaign team. ikaibwa. You see, this is how even presidents lose an election. Unapata umeweka manyang'au kwa presidential campaign team. They are just planning on how to steal the campaign money. Unaonanga vile mtu wako kwa WhatsApp group ya funeral, anangoja pesa ya matanga aibe.
Yeah, man.
Unaona? Anapotea na pesa ya suppliers, sijui mtu wa tent hajalipwa, sijui mtu wa transport.
Lakini Morara, before tuende on a break, si wewe ulichukiwa sana high school? High school gani? Ulienda high school gani?
Mbili. I went to Maseno School. Then I went to St. Francis Gekendo.
Gekendo. Si walimu walikuwa nasumbuka sana?
Walimu walinipenda sana, lakini kuna wenye hawakufurahia.
Putting them on check.
There are some that didn't enjoy.
Kuna gunia 3 ya mahindi iliwekwa.
That's how I left Maseno School. I was expelled because of things like this.
Hiki mbele hujaanza tayari.
But let me tell you.
Shikilia kwanza niende highlight. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact checker himself. Morara seen it live in the studio, Dr. Fredeke tonight. Nakwambia bro, unajua nina familia ya kufeed. Haki ya maka inie. We'll see after short break. Wabeba kofi yake, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Fredeke tonight, of course, also in the one and only senior, Morara Senior, live in the studio. You're saying you were expelled juu ya hiki mbele ukafukuzwa Maseno.
I left Maseno School, but I left with my head high. For the 2 years that I was in Maseno School, I did an exceptional job. Nimeleta trophies mingi za drama and music. Nimeleta mingi za drama and certificates. Nimefika nationals on all years. I brought a lot of pride for the school.
Nice.
Apart from that, I was very active in student leadership. Na nilifanya kazi safi. And you see, God, our God is fair. And if God has destined you for greatness, it doesn't matter where, you'll still achieve it.
Yes.
I left Maseno School where getting an A is almost obvious.
Yes.
An A or an A minus. Once you're in Maseno School, the expectation is that you should get an A, because inakuanga na 89 A's, alafu 150 A minuses, alafu a few B pluses, alafu ka C moja na C minus 2. So, I left Maseno School. I went to a village school which had no fence, which had no laboratory, which had no library. Haikuwa hata na library. Haina hata school badge. Yeah. But I scored the first A since it was established in 1979. And the only. Hakuna ingine imepata.
Until today.
I should be the chairman of the board of directors.
Why have they not called you? Are you a stubborn man? Are you a stubborn? Do you feel like...
No, me, the first thing is that I'm straightforward. When I want something, I want something. Naona mimi hata my wife. Hatuku date for a long time.
Morara is married.
Yeah.
Morara is married.
For the last 6 years.
What was the first statement that, because I'm trying to imagine in my mind with your straightforwardness. What was the first statement you told your wife?
No, now that is not the, let me tell you. Unaona my wife? I married after 1 month of dating. We met around 20th of August. By around 20th of September.
Napenda vile unafanya hivi, tulikutana. Just 1 month and I told her,
Teke.
fanya hivi.
Called nikamwambia akuje na mizigo yake. I told her, come with your luggage.
You saying after 1 month of meeting?
Yeah.
Huyu
tulipatana tu 20th August. 1 month later nilikuwa nimemoa.
20th September you were living together.
Si ndio, she had already moved to my place. Kwa single room tayari tumeanza life.
What was the magic? But please, we need to share with the young man. Huyu ni mtu sahi, relationship yake inaenda kuchapa elections 2.
Oh yes.
Huyo ni nini umetenga? Kuna kitu umetenga.
Tumepanga.
Wapi? What was the magic? Share with the young men. What is the magic? Because I feel like our young men are struggling.
Young people, I'm not old. I'm 28 years now. But what I can tell them is that the earlier you begin, the better. I know the economy is tough, and sometimes you think about these other partners.
Love, coexisting, cohabiting, marriage.
This person that you're bringing on board, what are you going to feed them? How are you going to pay bills? But that is not for you to worry. Only do what is humanly possible. And allow God to do the rest for you. It's not your business to think about what you will eat or what you shall wear. The Bible says, don't be worried for what you shall eat, nor what you shall wear. I will provide it for you. So don't worry. I know there's that worry.
There's the pressure. The ladies, you see them, the ladies are not making it easy for them.
I don't have a job. How am I moving into this relationship? Sometimes the ladies are worried that what am I bringing on the table? I'm just coming to be, to be dependent. But the truth is this: you can be a lady, you can be a millionaire, you can come into the relationship thinking that now that because you've come out with your own property, it's going to be a mutually respective relationship, and it doesn't turn out that way. There is no formula for marriage. Every person, their marriage will work differently. What works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you.
True that.
But what you need to do is first you need to have a common vision. You need to have things that you're doing together. Wow. Things that make you talk even when you are angry. Because you see, when you have projects that are running together, those projects make you talk.
Whether you like it or not.
Fundi ameleta simiti 10 hapa. Nifanye namna gani? Muliamka asubuhi amuongeleshani ndio, lakini sasa fundi ameleta simiti. Sasa mtafanyaje?
Sisi inabidi hata kama tumetoka mefriana, we have to talk.
Sisi hata sifikiri tunakosananga. Because we have so much to talk about and so much to plan that there is no time for conflict.
Morara pia umepanga. Kwa nyumba yako. As we finish.
And one thing I was about to forget.
Yes, sir.
Make sure also that you meet up with somebody of your same level of brilliance, who is as intelligent as yourself.
Nice.
Intelligence does not necessarily mean education. I'm talking about exposure and level of thinking. Because
emotional intelligence and
yes, it informs the quality of the conversation. For example, somebody like myself, I'm very well schooled and very well knowledgeable on many subjects. If I get somebody who is not very intelligent or very conscious about life, our date will be boring, because now we can't talk about politics, we can't talk about science, we can't talk about the weather, we cannot talk about good governance, we cannot talk about corruption. So, ni vizuri sometimes to have things that bring you together, and also somebody who thinks not exactly the same the way you think, but at least you have something in common that makes the conversation interesting. Wow. So that is why I discourage people from going into a relationship because of money. Money is a very unreliable factor in life, because today Morara naeza kuwa niko na mali, next week sina. It just takes a big disease, kupata tu ugonjwa tu significant, that admits me at a serious hospital or takes me to India, or an accident, or KRA. It just takes something and you are poor in a week. So sometimes you may meet someone because of what
No, slow down, Morara. You can't do that. Did you just sneak in KRA into that?
Yeah, the government can impoverish you.
The KRA is a disease.
The government can impoverish you in a minute. The government can freeze all your bank accounts, freeze your properties, and send auctioneers.
Well, you have to freeze by now, because, I mean...
they've tried.
They have tried freezing your account?
Si unajua KRA came to me.
Nasema wewe na hiki mbele yako.
Wangu, they came. I told them what I told them. Unajua mambo ya tax si mambo ya kukosania huku. Let them see what I paid versus what they say I should have paid. Let us discount. Let us agree to disagree. If we disagree totally, let's go to court. If we agree, the balance, nipewe nilipa pole pole ya 30 years.
Of which is your constitutional right, of course, to have an agreement
of, course, yeah.
of payment. Bro, as we finish, thank you so much. Let's deviate a little bit into a little bit more social-like issues as we finish up. When Morara is not disturbing the government and giving the president sleepless nights, all right, when they say Aziad giving sleepless Kenyan men sleepless nights, Morara is literally giving the government sleepless nights. When you're not doing so, what is Morara doing? Do you go Dunda? Dunda, kiasi, some social...
Right now, because of security, I cannot. Actually, okay, mi si mtu wa Dunda tangu kitambo. Nachokanga haraka, I cannot party overnight. Haraka.
The Kenyan ladies will translate the other way around.
Then the other thing... Then my kids, you know, they need me.
Yes.
We have, you know, because I'm busy, I have to make time for them. Evening, waniongeleshe, waseme vile wanataka, niwatenge pia. Nitenge na kupanga, na kuzindua, na kuwezesha. Vile vile. So because of that, I don't have time for Dunda. And also because of security. You know, the best way to be poisoned is through alcohol.
Yes.
Because because alcohol, wakati umelewa sasa unajua that's a very opportune moment. Na watasema tu wewe ulienda kulewa ukawekewa mchele. It will not be the government watasema. Yes. So right now I cannot. Huwa sidundi. But I have things I do. Nimeona
uko na duka ya furniture.
I have a furniture shop. I have a company that makes shipping containers into houses. Nice. And into shops. I shoot. I shoot. Even in competitions, I shoot at the shooting range.
Nice.
I shoot almost all calibers of rifles.
Nice one.
From multi-purpose machine guns to pistols, to shotguns. I shoot things. So that's another thing.
You shoot things. I like that.
That's another thing I do.
Are you a cars person?
Yeah.
Cars, watches, shoes kind of a person?
I love cars. I love shoes. I have more shoes than my wife.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How many pairs of shoes, sir? How many pairs of shoes?
Hata sijui.
Which is your favorite?
Hata sijui. I have shoes. By then, napenda kununua viatu sana. I love them a lot. So I have things I do. Traveling is another thing I like. Traveling around, especially driving myself. That's something I really enjoy.
Oh, you enjoy driving yourself?
Yeah, I enjoy good food. And more especially because I don't eat in hotels. I really like just sitting home with the family, trying a new menu. Chef Ombachi alipika nini last week. Clarified butter, so tunafuata. Chop onions, done.
Chop, done.
Hiyo kitu. So we do that too. So I have.
So when you're driving, yes, I was about to ask you, when you're driving alone, probably say from here to Nanyuki, on your own in your car, who would Morara be listening to?
Okay, my favorite musician number one is Prince Inda.
I listen to because of because of studying in Marcelo, you understand Luo?
I listen to, and I speak Luo also, a little of it. Prince Inda, Nyar Jaduong, Nyar Migori, Kidomar Hera. Apart from him, I also listen to Emma Jalamo.
Okay.
Wow. Especially the song Amilo Nyar Nyakach. Apart from that, in Cumberland, I listen to...
Wife ni Mjaka?
No, she's a Kisi.
A Kisi, okay.
At least in every tribe I have music I listen to. In Cumberland, I listen to Kasolo.
Stephen.
Tembali. That one. Then there is Wilberforce Musioka. The one who say Nguma ika usumbike nyutumotwika muma ida wangai. Then when you come to Kalenjin, I listen to Kipsang. Especially I really love his song Cherop, the latest one. When you go to Kikuyu land, I listen to Samido. Saminedo kaitarimo kenu.
I like this guy.
In fact, one day I want him to mention me in his song that Mnunulia za cabbage.
Nasema umetenga
in Luya land I listen to Opeta Mwana wa Musungu.
Bas wewe unajua muziki yetu basi. Now you know our music.
Opeta Mwana wa Musungu, I listen to him. And then there is also this other guy who sang Mpenzi wangu ni muenzi milele
nizunguke. That is Steve K.
Mbe mugasi wangu yo mbe mugasi.
That is Steve K.
Mbe mugasi wa.
Mimi acha nimba wewe hujaimbwa?
In Kisiland.
Nimeimba already.
In Kisiland I listen to Vicky Young. Apart from Vicky Young, I listen to Miggy. So at
Yeah,
least...
a very good friend of mine, MC Miggy, but he always watches the show. MC Miggy, thank you so much, of course.
I love his music. So tuseme tu kila kabila Kenya. Niko na kitu nasikiza.
Nimeona Mombasa may avoid. Najua Mombasa kidogo.
No. Even Mombasa, I have something I listen to. The Taarab music.
Taarab.
Nasikiza. So at least I love music and I'm not tribal. In fact, I enjoy listening. In Maasai land, how would I forget? There's some Maasai songs that I really love. Especially Leshao. I really listen to Leshao.
Bro, your playlist must be a very weird one. When it comes to, do you listen to rap music?
No. I don't listen to rap music because it's too fast, too noisy, and I don't understand what they're saying.
I was about to ask between Calligraph and Octo, who you feel is...
No, a Calligraph style of rap is better. I can hear. I was thinking you were talking about the foreign rap.
Easy Zappa.
Rap ya Kenya hip hop, I listen, yeah.
So between Steve Simpleboy, Calligraph Jones, and Octo Pizzo, the three of, because Steve Simpleboy is a rapper.
Okay, I love all of them. But Calligraph Jones, a.k.a. Baba Yao, a.k.a. They Father, a.k.a. The OG.
Steve Simpleboy? Please, that's my
Domanake. Bidosho, kutoka Tanzania. Bidosho, wanasema...
Your favorite social media lady. There's Aziad, Ambare, Vera Sidika. Huda Monroe.
Is Diana Marwa there?
Diana Marwa, between the five of them.
Diana Marwa because she's my neighbor and because napenda venye anajituma.
Anajituma.
Kuna vitu wanafanyanga yeye na bwanake zenye sipendi, but you see.
Gani ya upendi?
This is Kenya.
Paka lipstick.
No, kuna ingine walienda kwa gynecologist alafu Diana was sleeping on some, I think something that looks like a massage bed. Na bahati yako hapo anaangalia. They are my neighbors. Well, I didn't agree. But I also respect their right to do whatever they want.
As content
because this is Kenya. We have freedom to do everything. So not I mean nimekwambia Ruto is corrupt. Hiyo ni freedom ndio inanipatia hiyo opportunity ya kusema Ruto is corrupt. Unaona? Sasa pia wao they can do that which pleases them. But I really love the way wanajituma. They are a very committed couple. Very committed.
Favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian?
Well, apart from Dr. Funny, anyway.
Okay. Kwa comedian
or content creators generally. Comic content creators.
Crazy Kena.
Anytime.
Crazy
I love that boy.
Crazy Kena because he doesn't just entertain. There's always a message behind whatever
aspect to it.
There's the creativity and there's the message he's driving.
Nice.
Like he's used his content to transform communities.
Nice.
And I respect also the way he manages money. Like Crazy Ken, as compared to other celebrities, he has managed fame very well. If I grow to the level I want to grow, I would like to write a book about how to manage success. Because I feel success can kill you faster than poverty.
Very true.
Because most of the people, once they rise and they get a windfall, it gets into them. And you know, TD says, ships don't sink because they go through water, they sink when the water goes through them.
Yes.
So I believe fame sometimes make people run mad, you know. Money, God made man, man made money, and money made man mad. So sometimes when people get fame and money, it just destroys them. It even takes away their creativity. They are no longer now focused on creating new content for the people. They forget that this is what got them there. Because even if you are Steve Harvey is very wealthy.
Yes.
But he still does his thing to date. And that's why I would even advise those artists who go into politics to think again. Because in the sea, the whale is the king, together with the sharks. But when they land on land, they die. You see, you can be king where you are, but very useless on the other side. For example, if I was to be asked what I can remember Jaguar for, it's not for his legislative work as an MP. It's just the music. And he was a king in his music. But you cannot be, just because you are making it there, does not mean you'll make it everywhere.
On this other side.
God has given people talents and skills, and those talents and skills, they are unique to you. So you might see Morara doing something really well, and you actually think you can do it. And when you try, you fail miserably. That's why I even tell business people, don't go into a business because somebody else is doing it. The same with artists. Don't go into politics because KJ went there, or because Jalango went there. Yeah. Think very keenly about how well you can do. For example, I feel Hussein is a wasted mind in State House. He's doing really well as a journalist, but now he's in State House. They have him doing the wrong job for the wrong people who don't care about his... Hussein, a brilliant guy, but now look at the things he has to do. Look at his response to my... You know, he is at an impossible place. Yeah? He's found himself in this position where you are really bright, you feel you can offer a lot to this government, but it's not needed. You know, you go into government thinking, oh, I'm a lawyer. I'm going to give them really good advice about how to do things the right way.
Structure legal system,
yes.
Put them in place.
Then you go into government, you realize your legal advice is not even needed. They have already decided what they want to do. They just want you to facilitate it to be done. That's why people like Professor Gido Moigai, brilliant guys, left government. He resigned from being AG. Because, you know, sometimes intelligent people are also impatient. You cannot sit and stay where you are useless.
You are explaining a lot of things about me.
My father drinks a lot. My father drinks a lot. But in his drinking, he's very wise. There's something he has written on the wall of his bedroom. Inasema hivi, when your absence is not felt, your presence is not needed.
Oh. When your absence is not felt, then your presence is not needed.
Yeah. If Hussein leaves government today, will they miss him?
They won't.
Yeah. So I see very brilliant people in government who I knew before they went into government. I know what they stand for. I know how bright they are. I know how much value they can add on that government, but they can't.
Kuna kitu.
They cannot. There's a lady who has been appointed, I think, Kenya Tourism Board, June Chepkemei.
Yes.
That's
a young lady.
Yeah, June Chepkemei. Extremely brilliant lady. But working for a government that is extremely corrupt. Those are people that, and young people actually, those are people that can offer a lot of value to our government and to the future of our nation.
Na hakuna kitu hapo kabisa.
Tabu.
So are you going to get into an elective position in 2027? Because some would argue that Morara should now come and argue from inside. Stop making noise from outside, come and make noise from inside.
Yeah, I've been thinking very keenly about that issue. The problem with showing interest in politics is you take away credibility from the work you do. Right now, I'm doing a very important job, which is civic education and public audit.
Yes.
I'm trying to emancipate and bring all Kenyans to a position where each citizen knows that it is their duty to keep the government accountable. Not just Morara, but me personally. Natembea, where kama Mkenya, wherever you are, you walk to the nearest government project that you see and find out what is happening. Even if you are, you know, the chair of the residents association of that area, Nyumba Kumi, go and check the quality of the road, how they are building the road. Ask yourself, is this the quality and standard of roads that we want around this place? So this job that I'm doing is a very noble task. If I start mixing politics into it, I'll spoil it, because now people will view me on a partisan way. They'll say, he's talking like that because he's ODM. Or he's talking like that because he comes from this tribe. Or he's talking like that because he wants his political position. Personally, I don't even want a political position. I'm fine the way I am. But never say never. You know, some of the greatest people that went into politics, they didn't know they'll end up in politics. So I do not know. But I'm not planning. I've not set up like a campaign center or started raising money or started scheming towards a certain position. No. For now, the only thing I'm interested in is to have bright voters. Mimi nataka tu mavota wenye wako na akili.
Kenya mzima.
Because even if these Kenyan people, hata tuseme nilikuwa nataka hiyo political position, and I'm voted by these same Kenyans, this one, I'll be depressed. I'll be depressed working for these people. I need to painfully educate this Kenyan.
By the time inafika ukiamua, unajua unaongelesha watu wanajua ni nini.
In the Morara University of Civic Education and Applied Common Sense.
Come on.
I must give everybody a degree. Nobody is escaping.
Ladies and gentlemen, an amazing exclusive of the one and only Morara Senior live on the Dr. Funeke Show, aka the chief, chief fact checker. And of course, you never know. He could be coming in from, well, I'm pretty sure once he's done with the government, he's now going into marriages and relationships. As a man, you have married this woman for 5 years. You promised that in my second year of my love to you, I will have fulfilled this and that and that. TV itabadilika, kutoka meko tuanze gas cooker 4 burners, kutoka hapo TV ni 75 screen, and so far you've not done it. Morara is coming for you. From hapo anaingia kanisani. Mapasta ulisema, ukiekwa bishop, you'll drive out 335,000 demons. So far, you've only done 2 demons, and they were stage managed. Wewe. Morara is coming, bro. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I really do appreciate it. It was such an honor. Lakini bwana ujichunge bwana. Ukifanya hivi vitu unajichunga bwana.
You got that na protect one, sio mimi.
God protect.
If the Lord does not watch over the city, the watchmen labor in vain.
Amen.
So hata nijichunge namna gani, the government is still very powerful.
Right.
Extremely powerful.
But I'm pretty sure because at least on a positive, I've seen the president is really doing town halls and everything just to try and also
cover up.
On our next interview. Let's appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen.